Alright, now I'm gonna show you guys how to get started with this. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna basically have an effect where it's gonna have an attachment, and it doesn't need this weld here, so it's gonna have an attachment. Now just put inside of the workspace so you can see how it looks like, but we're gonna be putting it inside server storage. That's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be right here. I just put it here so you guys can see how the effect actually looks like. And on everything else we're gonna do, we're basically gonna be making our animations inside of replicated storage and making our hit stunts when the player gets hit, and that's basically it. Alright guys, let's get right into the script. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just get our tool, get our player, get our character. Just basically setting up the variables right now. Just basically getting our services and what we're gonna need. So just getting our services, get our is punch, and our is punch, remember, is inside of our character. We're just gonna get the combo number, our debounce, our change debounce, and how we're gonna have our main that's gonna be saving the run service. And these variables will basically, you can edit these depending on what you want. There's gonna be a total amount of damage, the extra damage on the last M1. There's gonna be a general wait time between each punch. This is gonna be the final wait after you're done punching. And this is gonna be like how long, if they wait this long, then their cooldown is gonna reset back to 1. So basically all we're gonna do now, we're basically gonna make a function where it basically returns a boolean, right? And it's gonna basically be find player fixed box. It's supposed to be inbox. I don't know why I put fixed, but so basically what we're gonna do here, we're basically gonna get the parameters. And all we're gonna do here is just get three variables. It's gonna be in area, enemy character, and enemy player. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna basically loop through the get parts and bounds and box. So all we're gonna do is just create our C frame, which is gonna be a little bit in front of us. And all we're gonna do is create the size of the box. And then we're gonna file parameters, which is basically blacklisting us and the base plate so it doesn't hit us. And then we're gonna see if we find a humanoid, and then if we do find a humanoid within this box when we do click, we're gonna set in area equal to true. Then we're gonna set the character the enemy character valid apparent is going to be equal to valid apparent is going to be equal to the enemy character, because that's going to be a character. And then we're going to set that equal to the player by doing get player from character. And then we're going to return all these values. And if we don't find nothing, then we're going to return these are all just going to become nil. And we're going to turn these as well. And then we're going to have this little change speed function, and all it's going to do is just change the speed. Pretty straightforward, pretty self-explanatory. And if you don't understand what these are, this is just defining what the variable is, or like the parameters. So this human parameter is a humanoid. This WK should be walk speed because it's walk speed and it's a number. Jump power, jump power. And this apply particle is basically we're gonna have the in area boolean, and we're gonna have the enemy char, so the enemy character. And if we're not in the area, then we're going to return n. But when the comma equals 5, all we're going to do here is basically going to give them the knockback. We're going to give them a huge knockback, and depending on what these numbers are how strong the knockback is going to be. So if it's like 30 to 60, then the knockback won't be as strong as 60 to 120. And then we're going to do Deborah's add item, and then we're going to add this item, and then we're going to do G wait. Our G wait's our general wait time, so it's going to wait, let's say, 0.3 seconds before it actually deletes. And then we're going to get our particle effect base. This is going to be helping us apply the particle while we're punching. So all we're going to do is just clone it from the server storage. We're going to get the attachment actually, and then we're going to pair it to our human root part. And then we're going to play the enemy hit stun, because basically we're going to put this to the enemy's human root part, sorry. And then we're going to be playing the hit stun for the enemy, right? So we're going to make them play the animation. And then we're going to do Deborah's add item so we can get rid of this particle effect so it doesn't stay on us. Right, and now we're going to do the take damage function. So in this take damage function, we're going to get in area again, and we're going to get the enemy character. And if not in area, then we return n. And then when the combo equals 5, basically all we're going to do is we're going to take extra. They're going to take extra damage when they equal to 5, and then we're going to stop it there. So we're going to take the original damage, which is going to be 5, plus the extra damage, which is going to be 2, which makes it 7. And then if it's not 5, then they're just going to be taking regular damage, which will just be 5. And now for the main function here, this is going to be our combo check. So this combo check here is going to take the in area, the enemy char, and the enemy player. And if combo equals 0, then we'll return n. And then we're going to have if change debounce, then return n. So there's going to be a little debounce we're going to be using here, so our waits actually work. And then we're going to set it equal to true. We're going to change our walk speed to, we're just going to reset our walk speed. Well, not significantly, we're going to significantly lower our walk speed. And if we actually have an enemy character that's in our radius when we click the button, then we're going to reset their walk speed so they can't really run while they're getting punched. And then if main, then we're going to disconnect the main and set it equal to nil. Then we're going to make start equal to tick, and then start equal to tick is going to help us basically help us make when we're punching and we wait for too long, it's going to help us reset it. That's what tick is going to help us there for. Just basically putting all our animations inside of our main animation folder. So just locating all of it inside of a table. And then we're going to get our hit animation, and we're just going to play it. So this is basically going to be us every time we punch. So even if you don't hit nothing, it's still going to play the animation. And then we're going to apply the particle function that we had up there, and we're going to apply the take damage function that we also had up there. And if our combo equals 5, then we're going to reset our speed back to normal. But if our and if we find the enemy character, then we're going to do wait.3, and then we're going to set the value equal to false. So this value right here being false, what this is basically doing is basically saying that they cannot punch. No, they can now punch now. And this value right here is saying they cannot punch because they're currently being punched, right? So then we're gonna do task.wait f wait. So this is gonna be like the final wait after it's equal to 5. But if not, then they're gonna be waiting the general wait time, which is 0.3 seconds, so they can keep punching every 0.3 seconds, right? And then we're gonna make our main we're gonna make main equal to our run service heartbeat. And then all this is saying is that we're gonna wait until this is greater than our reset wait, which is gonna be 1.2. And then basically, if we wait this long without any punching, then we're going to disconnect this, and then we're going to set main equal to nil, and then we're going to set the combo equal to 0 because we're resetting the combo because they're not punching no more. And then we're going to see if we do have an enemy character, we're going to set their value punch. Then we're going to set their value punch equal to false. If we and else, if like, since this is going to be an else statement, so if they are being punched, we're going to set it equal to true, so they cannot punch because they're currently being punched. Then we're going to reset our walk speed back to normal, and if we do have the enemy character, then we're going to change. If we do have an enemy character, we're going to change their walk speed back to normal. And then we're going to set our chain debounce equal to nil so we can get our debounce working, right? Alright, and for this part, you don't have to worry about this anymore. I forgot to remove this part. So all we're going to do here for this part is, now we're going to get into the main sauce of it, right? So all we're going to do is tool.activate connect function, and all we're going to do is fire the humanoid. You don't need this actually. You actually don't need this. This is just for testing purposes, but you don't need this here. So, and then we're going to do if char wait for char is punched.value, then return end. So if they're being punched, then they cannot fight back because they're currently being attacked, right? So if debounce, then return end, then we're going to set debounce equal to true. And if not combo, then we're going to set combo equal to 0 just to make sure that's actually a number and nothing else. And then we're going to basically fire our find player fixed box. So we're going to basically fire this and set it equal to our in area and enemy character. And if we did add another variable here, it would be equal to the enemy player, but we just didn't because we just need these two. But I just added 3 for people that might want to add some more stuff to this. Then we're going to increment 1 to the combo, and then we're going to fire combo check, and then we're going to set debounce equal to nil. Alright guys, that's gonna be our revamped version of our tool combat system. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I put a lot of time and effort into this to make an updated version of our tool combat system because I know how outdated the last one was. So if you want to go check out the last one to see how I changed it, go ahead. I hope you have fun with that. Well, I put a lot of work into this, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace out.